Hello, in this tutorial, I'll be showing how you can easily color grade your raw photos when it comes to Photoshop. So this is going to be basically a color grading kind of tutorial using this image taken by Getty Studio. So I want to show you how I can easily color grade this very photo in Photoshop and get the best colors out of this kind of raw image. So the very first thing I'm going to do for this very photo is simply correcting the lighting and contrast issues regarding this very image. So for this, I'll slightly take the highlights down and do the same for the whites. I'll open up the shadows of this very photo and I'll take up the contrast and slightly open up the exposure of this very image, and I'll take the black slightly down so you can see the before and the after so far. So after this, I'll simply scroll to my color mixer, and under color mixer we have hue, saturation and luminance. Hue is changing a color, saturation is the intensity of a color, luminance is the brightness level of a given color. So let's first of all understand how hue is going to be affecting this very image. So if at all we are to analyze, we have some greens in the background. So if at all I am to target the green colors and I take the green slider towards the right hand side, I'll be making the greens look like the next color which is below it, which is the aquas. And as you can see, the greens have turned a little bit towards the aqua side. But by moving this slider towards the left hand side, I'm making the greens look like a color on top of it, which is the yellows. So that is how hue is going to be affecting the image. Saturation is the intensity of a color. You can increase the intensity of the greens or reduce on the intensity of the greens in the image. So depending on the colors that you want to manipulate in the image, that is how it is going to be affected. Luminance is the brightness of a given color. You can darken the greens or you can brighten the greens in this very image. So after understanding that simple and basic knowledge regarding hue, saturation and luminance, it's time to apply it to this very image. So for this, I'll simply come to the hues first of all and play around with the hues of the greens so that I can have the greens pop, so that the model can stand out of the background. And I'll simply come to the saturation and slightly desaturate the greens. Then I'll come to the saturation of the blues because I want the sky to pop a little bit more. Then I'll simply come and darken the blues in this very image by darkening the blues, or then I just feel like I want to brighten the greens in the background, just like that. You can see the before, after, before, after. So after doing this, in order to make the image pop a little bit more, we shall scroll down to our calibration. So instead of using vibrance and saturation, you can use calibration to make the image even pop. So we're just going to come to where you see blue primary and come to where you see saturation and take this towards the right hand side. You can see this is going to either make the image dull or it is going to make the image pop. So for this, I'll just go with around 15 is okay. Before, after, before, after. So after doing this basic stuff, we're just going to come back to our vibrance and saturation. And in case the image looks oversaturated, simply come to the saturation and reduce on the saturation levels of the overall image. So -3 is okay. Before, after. Then click open in order to open the photo in Photoshop for us to do the next step of color grading. So in Photoshop, what are we going to do? We just want first of all handle the skin tones of our model or our subject. So you can see that we have different overlaying colors regarding the skin tones of the model. So we just want to correct or do a little bit of skin tone color correction or color grading. So we are simply going to come to the background layer, duplicate it by pressing Ctrl J, or you can use Command J on the keyboard to duplicate the background layer. Then for this layer, come to select and come to subject, so that Photoshop can help us to automatically detect and outline the subject for us. And when the subject layer has been outlined, we are simply going to come to the new layer icon and create an empty layer. Then for the empty layer, you can simply come to the blend mode and change it from normal to color. Then come and get the brush tool, the normal brush tool, and make sure it is a soft round brush, hardness set to 0. The mode is normal, opacity in the flat 100%. So what are we going to do for this very step? We just want to sample color on the skin tone that we want the rest of the skin of the model to look like. So for this, I'll simply zoom in by using Ctrl plus, or you can use Command plus on the keyboard, and sample a color on the model skin that I want the rest of the skin tones to look like. So for this, to sample, you can press the alternate or option button or option key on the keyboard to sample color. So option, when you find the favorable color option, and left click on that color. So let's try to paint it over the model skin. Yeah, I feel like this is okay. This is about right. So I'm just going to start painting over the model skin. So how to paint? Simply left click and drag around, paint the skin color or skin tones. So make sure you are painting only on the model skin, because you don't want to paint her accessories or some areas that have or contain makeup. So I'll do this for all the areas that have the skin tone for our subject or our model. So take your time as you're doing this, because you don't want to distort some areas, and you wouldn't want also or as well miss out some particular areas regarding the model's skin tone. So I'll come this hand area that is raised and try to paint colors in that area. And by just doing this, you can see that the colors or the skin tones are getting to look nice and uniform throughout the whole body or on the overall body of our subject. So we are going to be painting. So for this, we are going to be doing more of the painting for this kind of step or process. Reduce on the size and paint in case you want to paint on a relatively smaller area regarding the model or the model's skin tone. So I'll come to this hand area or the arm, and I'll quickly paint, because in case I paint extras, I have the liberty or the flexibility to come back and correct those areas that I may have accidentally painted, and I did not want to color grade those particular areas. So I'll paint right here on this area of the subject, just like that. And like I said, we have the flexibility to correct some particular areas regarding our subject or the skin tones of our model. So by just doing this, you can see the skin tones now look nice and uniform for our subject. So you can see before, after, before, after. So in case you want to enhance this to look even better, we shall first of all correct the areas that we do not want to be affected by the color grading. So when I turn this off and on, you can see almost every area that we have painted deserves to have this kind of uniformity. So you can get the eraser tool, or you can press E on the keyboard for the eraser tool. The mode is set to brush, opacity in the flat 100%, then press Ctrl D or Command D to deselect the active selection. And for this, you can even come and try to paint it away, paint the colors away from some of her golden accessories in some particular areas. So I'll just come and paint away these colors from even this area of her outfit, just like that. And with this, you are going to be perfecting or fine tuning the colors in the overall image. So Command minus. So after this, there are other tools that we can use to even color grade. So before you even go ahead, you're just going to get the brush. So make sure you press B for the brush and paint on the areas that our selection may have not included during the painting process. So I'll press E on the keyboard and erase the effect from this area of her jewelry. Yeah. Command minus. So you can see the before and the after for just the skin tones. And now that we have a slightly even skin tone or skin color, we are just going to come the opacity. You can reduce on the opacity of the skin tone color to your liking in case it is looking overdone. And in case the skin tone is a little bit reddish, you can create a selective color adjustment layer. Come and target the reds. Remember, reds represent skin tones, and you come to the cyan slider and take this towards the right hand side, and this is going to eliminate the amount of reds within our model's skin tone, just like that. It is going to eliminate the reds, and you can even play around with the yellows to see what works best for you. So I'll add in a little bit of yellows to the skin tone. So we're going to create another adjustment layer, which is the hue and saturation adjustment layer, and simply come and target the reds. And for the reds, you can even come to the lightness and simply take down the lightness of the reds to around -3 before after. And you can even play around with the hue values just by adding a tiny bit of hue to the reds of the image so that we can eliminate the reds or magentas within the skin tone. So we are going to come and create a black and white adjustment layer to add more contrast into the skin tone of the subject. So create it and change the blend mode from normal to multiply and reduce on the opacity so that it can look a little bit natural and realistic. So we are done working on the skin, and for the next step we just want to slightly manipulate or play around with the colors in the background. So you're just going to create another selective color adjustment layer and simply come and target the blacks of the image. So for the blacks, you can see where we have cyans. Come and take this to the right hand side, or you can even take this towards the left hand side depending on your kind of creative ability. Or you can even come to the yellow slider and you can even cool down. I feel like this is beautiful when we cool down some parts of the background, because this tends to add a little bit of night feel that complements this light in the background. So we're just going to add in a little bit of yellows to the blacks of the image, and you can even intensify on the amount of blacks in the image so that the model or subject can stand out a little bit more. So after doing this, we are going to add a color balance adjustment layer. So color balance, basically its work is to balance the colors within the image or within the photo that we are trying to edit. So you can come and add a color to, for example, the midtones. You can decide to cool down the midtones in case you wish to by moving this towards the right hand side or towards the blue side, or you can even warm up the midtones, but that is going to make the skin over yellowish. So let's introduce in a tiny bit of greens to the midtones, and you can come to the highlights and simply add a little bit of greens too, and some little bit of cyans to our highlights. So before, after, it is not overdone, but it really brings out the point of color grading. So let's see the overall before and after for the color grading process in Photoshop itself. This is our image before, after, before, after, before, after. So in case the image is looking too yellow, you can as well correct that by creating a photo filter. And for the photo filter, you can choose any cooling filter, like cooling filter 82, and reduce on the intensity or the effect of the cooling effect to slightly cool or remove the yellow tones from the overall image before after. It is subtle, but it really gets the job done. So this is how you can easily color grade your raw photos when it comes to Photoshop, and I hope I have explained everything to the bit. So this is it for this video. If at all you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video, and don't forget to subscribe this channel if at all you have been watching and you are not subscribed yet to this channel. Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in yet more videos on this channel. Don't forget to keep practicing and also keep creating.